They called each other First Buddy. They appeared side by side at rallies, press conferences, and rocket launches. For nearly a year, Donald Trump and Elon Musk seemed inseparable. Then, in just 48 hours this June, their political bromance exploded into one of the most spectacular public feuds in modern politics. The end came fast and brutal. Trump threatened to cut off government contracts with Musk's companies, while Musk suggested Trump should be impeached. Tesla's stock plummeted 14%, losing $150 billion in market value. The world's most powerful man and its richest man were suddenly at war. But how did we get here? And what does this mean for both of their futures? The alliance began during Trump's darkest hour. Musk endorsed Trump in the hours after the July 13th shooting at a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. What started as political support quickly became something unprecedented in American politics. Musk spent nearly $300 million backing Trump and other Republicans in last year's election, making him the largest individual donor of the 2024 cycle. But money was just the beginning. Musk became Trump's shadow, appearing at Mar-a-Lago during the transition, attending cabinet meetings, and even getting his own government position. Trump established the Department of Government Efficiency by executive order on January 20th, 2025, with Musk as its leader. The billionaire promised to cut $2 trillion from federal spending, wielding a red chainsaw at CPAC and declaring war on bureaucracy. For months, it worked. Musk had unprecedented access to the president and sweeping authority to slash government programs. Doge facilitated mass layoffs and the dismantling of organizations within the government. The tech mogul seemed to have achieved something no other billionaire had: real political power to match his wealth. But even during their honeymoon period, tensions were building behind the scenes. Several friends of Musk noted that the war of words represented not just a personal falling out, but also the public surfacing of a fight between the tech right and the populist MAGA movement. The problems were practical and personal. House Republicans' long-standing frustrations with Musk had been stewing for months. Lawmakers watched him slash programs in their districts while operating under rules that exempted him from normal conflict of interest requirements. Musk lamented the criticism aimed at Doge and the reputational hit his companies took during his time at the agency. Tesla sales were dropping globally as customers associated the brand with Musk's controversial political activities. Facing Tesla's largest deliveries drop in its history, Musk told investors he would allocate significantly less time to Doge. The breaking point: the big, beautiful bill. The final straw came over Trump's signature legislative package, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, that would extend Trump's 2017 tax cuts while boosting military and border spending. For Musk, this represented everything he'd been fighting against. The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office said the measure would add $3.8 trillion to the federal government's $36.2 trillion in debt. For someone who'd spent months cutting government spending, this was a betrayal of everything Doge stood for. I was disappointed to see the massive spending bill, frankly, which increases the budget deficit, not just decrease it, and undermines the work that the Doge team is doing, Musk told CBS. But Musk didn't stop at disappointment. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination, he wrote on X. He called for politicians who supported it to be fired and demanded a new bill be drafted. Musk's departure from the administration was quick and unceremonious. He did not have a formal conversation with Trump before announcing his exit on May 30th. For a few days, both men maintained a veneer of civility. Then everything exploded. Trump broke his silence on Thursday, telling reporters in the Oval Office he was very disappointed in Musk. "Look, Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we will anymore." The gloves came off immediately. "Without me, Trump would have lost the election," wrote Musk. "Such ingratitude." He claimed Trump would have faced a Democratic House and a 51-49 Republican Senate without his support. Trump fired back on Truth Social. The easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. What happened next crossed every line of political decorum. Musk made claims about Trump regarding the alleged sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein, while promoting a post that called for Trump's impeachment. The stakes escalated further when Musk threatened to decommission SpaceX's Dragon spacecraft immediately in light of the president's statement about cancellation of my government contracts. This wasn't just political theater. Dragon is crucial for transporting cargo and people to the International Space Station. One House Republican said about Musk, "He's a complete joke. He had no idea what the fuck he was doing whatsoever." He even said, "Nobody really wanted him here. We couldn't wait to get rid of him." The financial consequences were immediate. Tesla shares ended the day down 14%, wiping off $150 billion in market value. For Musk's other businesses, SpaceX, Starlink, and others, the loss of government contracts could be devastating. For Trump, this represents his first major falling out with a top advisor in his second term. The feud was not entirely unexpected. Trump and Musk are both political pugilists with sizable egos and a penchant for using social media to punch back against their perceived enemies. This wasn't just a personal spat between two billionaires. It highlighted the political and financial risks each man could face from a prolonged quarrel and exposed fundamental tensions within the Republican coalition. The tech-right vision of efficiency and disruption clashed with MAGA populism's priorities. Musk wanted to slash everything. Trump needed to deliver for his political base. It was a rejection by MAGA and Congress of technocratic reform and instead keeping basically status quo on everything of consequence, one Musk ally explained. Musk eventually walked back his threat to decommission the Dragon spacecraft, but the damage to both men's political standing may be permanent. Musk has returned to running his companies full-time, while Trump pushes forward with his legislative agenda. The bromance that once seemed unbreakable lasted exactly 10 months, from Musk's endorsement after the assassination attempt to their public war in June 2025. In the end, two men accustomed to being the center of attention discovered that the spotlight isn't big enough for both of them. Their falling out serves as a reminder that in politics, there are no permanent friends, only permanent interests. And when those interests collide, even the world's most powerful partnerships can explode in spectacular fashion.